Hi, kids. Today we're talking about evaluating algebraic expressions when you're working with problems in your math. If you look at this, you have 6 plus 2x. Okay, one part is the variable. Your variable is a quantity that can change or it can vary. Most mathematicians use letters to represent variables. So in this equation, 6 plus 2x, x is your variable. Your constant is a quantity that does not change. Your expression is the mathematical phrase or the problem that you can come up with using variables and operational symbols. We'll be looking at a few of these and working through them together. Okay, here's an example. X plus 5. And you have 1, 2, and 3. They want you to evaluate and solve this expression for x equals 1, 2, or 3. So in this problem, you would replace x with 1. Your problem would be 1 plus 5, and 1 plus 5 equals 6. So when the variable is 1, x plus 5 equals 6. Now, pause the video and solve for 2 and 3. And then start your video again and you can check your answers. So here are your answers. Your problem should look like this. 2 plus 5 equals 7, and 3 plus 5 equals 8. All right, here's another expression. 11 minus x. You're solving for x equaling 3, 4, and 5. Pause the video, solve each expression to find your answer. Then start the video again and check your answers. So here are the answers you should have come up with for 11 minus x. So 11 take away 3 equals 8. 11 take away 4 equals 7. 11 take away 5 equals 6. How'd you do? Now you're going to solve for the expression of x equals 6, 7, and 8. Okay, your equation is 4x plus 8. So how would you solve this equation? So in your order of operations, what you look for when you're solving, remember, is solve parentheses first. Well, we have no parentheses. Look for exponents. There are no exponents. So next you would multiply or divide, whichever comes first. And for us, we have no division, we only have multiplication. So you would solve for 4x first. And then you would add or subtract, whichever they're asking you to do. So for this, you would say 4 times 6 and solve for that. 4 times 6 equals 24. And then you would add 8 to that. 24 plus 8 equals 32. Now pause the video and solve for 7 and x equals 8. Then start your video again and check your answers. So here you see we broke the 4x into our parentheses. 4 times 7, you solve that first, 28, plus 7 equals 35. For 8, you solve 4 times 8 first, 32, plus 7 equals 39. All right, here's another expression. 12 divided by x plus 2x. Again, think about your order of operations. So we have no parentheses, we have no exponents, but we do have division and multiplication. So you start with your division. So 12 divided by 2 would be 6. Then 2x would be 2 times 2 equals 4. So then you would say 6 plus 4 equals 10. Pause your video and solve for the expression of x equaling 4 and x equaling 6. Then start your video again and check your work. So here's your work. We've already done the 2, so look at 4 and 6. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 2 times 4 is 8. So 3 plus 8 equals 11. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. So 2 plus 12 equals 14. All right. Now we do have an exponent here. So look at your expressions to solve for x equals 1, 2, or 3. All right, we have no parentheses in x squared plus 1, but we do have an exponent. So we would say 1 squared would be 1 plus 1 equals 2. Then for the next expression, 2x, which is just simply 2 times x. So 2 times 1 would equal 2. And then the last expression they give us is 18 divided by x. So 18 divided by 1 equals 18. Now pause your video and solve for x equals 2 and x equals 3. Start your video again and check your answers. So here are your answers. 2 squared plus 1. So 2 squared is 4 plus 1 equals 5. 3 squared would be 9 plus 1 equals 10. Now for 2x, 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 3 equals 6. For 18 divided by x, 18 divided by 2 equals 9. 18 divided by 3 equals 6. Now, pause your video and solve each of these expressions using x equals 3, x equals 4, and x equals 5. Once you have solved all 4 problems using all 3 variables, then start your video again and check your work. So here are your answers. 7 times 3 equals 21. 7 times 4 equals 28. 7 times 5 equals 35. Now for 15 minus x, 15 minus 3 is 12. 15 minus 4 is 11. 15 minus 5 is 10. For number 3, 60 divided by x, 60 divided by 3 equals 20. 60 divided by 4 equals 15. 60 divided by 5 equals 12. And for number 4, x plus 23, 3 plus 23 equals 26. 4 plus 23 equals 27. 5 plus 23 equals 28. All right, here is your last sheet to work on. Solve each expression for n equals 5. Pause the video, solve all 3 of your expressions, start the video again, and check your work. All right, here is what you should have when you solve for n equals 5. 9n minus 9, you would do your multiplication first. 9 times 5 is 45. Subtract 9, get 36. For number 2, you add 3n plus 5n times 10. Here you had to think of your order of operations. And within your parentheses, you also have 2 other sets of parentheses you need to add. So if you see, you have a double parentheses here in the solution. So we have paren, the next parentheses, 3 times 5, close parentheses, plus, next parentheses, 5 times 5, close parentheses with the second parent. So 3 times 5 is 15, 5 times 5 is 25. 15 plus 25 is 35. Now you have solved everything in your parentheses. Then you say 35 times 10 equals 350. The last one, 12 times n divided by 2. Remember your order of operations. You're going to solve for parentheses first. So 5 divided by 2 equals 2.5. Then you multiply 12 times 2.5, remembering your decimal point, and that would equal 30. So this was just a quick little lesson on using algebraic expressions and just a little bit of a refresher on using order of operations. Hope you have a great day.